Hi, it's Aunt Vancie. Sudden changes make us as human beings really, really nervous because we are conditioned as human beings from a very young age to have fear. Fear is instilled within us every day from the beginning. How do we cope with instilled fear? It's virtually impossible without tools. I've been in therapy since I was like 7, 8, when I first told my parents I was a woman or a girl, that I wanted to be a girl when I grew up. And then self, chosen therapy throughout my entire life. And it has literally saved my life and made me a better person and who I am today. But most of us don't have the wherewithal to realize that talking it out and learning new behaviors is the way to go. One way I cope is coming in the backyard and listening to this. The birds and the babies and the butterflies. The 3 bees bring me peace every single day. There's kids next door. There's birds and bees and butterflies and all stuff over here. So that's one thing that I do, is connect and really feel and hear and see. And I always suggest it. I always say it's necessary because it 100% is necessary, and it 100% makes a difference. Even if you just go outside your apartment complex and walk around the pool for a couple of minutes, it still makes a difference. Being outside helps you decompress. Well, when I say go outside, it's easy to decompress with people, but it's also more beneficial, I think, for me to decompress by myself, because then I could just feel what I feel and not have any outside influences manifesting something different than is actually organically coming up. Listening to kids squeal is always, 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 for those of us who like kids, the number one factor in me feeling better about myself. This has turned into something completely different. I didn't think it was going to be anything about going outside again, but it helps me cope with change because there is one constant, and the one constant is nature. Throughout all the changes, the one constant is nature. So why wouldn't I rely on Gaia and the universal powers around me to fulfill that which is missing and to decompress the stress in my life? Another thing I do is turn off all my electronics, all my phones, my laptops, all that stuff. I don't watch the news. I'll read, or if I don't read, which I haven't done in a while, I'll watch something pleasant on television. Animals, something funny, something to get my mind off of things, because we all need it. Watching the news 24 hours a day and getting invested and being sucked down the rabbit hole that is YouTube with something that's negative is just going to bring chaos and destruction of serenity in our lives. Change is nothing to be scared of. Change is not fearful. Change is good. Who wants to stay the same all the time? I don't. It's so boring. Change allows growth and struggle and challenge, which makes you grow. Embrace change. Embrace this opportunity to be different, to be better. Even if you're a great person and share love and commitment to our community and all things gloryful, we could still be better. There are still more people to touch and share and change. Because change is beautiful. Change makes us better. Sometimes it sucks and it's really hard to get through sometimes, but it makes us better. It definitely makes us stronger. And then we know how to cope with that particular situation, right? Those of us who have had a life of self-destruction, being beat down, socially unacceptable, just not liked or not accepted in a lot of different situations, many different situations and circles and cliques and groups. We have learned how to stay by ourselves and be comfortable alone in silence. It's in silence that I find where the change is most beneficial. I do. It sucked at first. I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. Nobody wants to be alone. We're social creatures. But being alone and without social interaction, it taught me self-reliance. And what greater gift can I give myself than self-reliance? I hope that today brings you conscious thought full of positivity and self-awareness in your change. I'm always here. And if you'd like to donate to Aunt Vancie, because I still got to pay my bills too, you can do that Venmo Vancie Vega or paypal.me/Vancie Vega. As always, I want to hear from you. Ask me questions. Give me suggestions. Write me something you want to talk about, and I'll do my best. But let's just love each other every day, every minute. Today deserves a great... Oh, sorry. AskAuntVancie@gmail.com or DM me anywhere. Today deserves a great you.